Thank you, Jenna. First off, I'd like to thank the organizers of the PIEC conference, and Mary Jane also. About two months ago, they invited, I believe, Thomas Lindsay to speak, to be the keynote speaker. And at about the same time, we said, well, why don't we have a conference? So we said, well, we're having a conference. They're having a conference. Let's join the two together. And they were kind enough to give us this Saturday to talk specifically about rights of nature. So in this audience, you'll have people that left over from the conference, and then we also have people from around the state of Florida who are working on rights of nature initiatives in their own counties. And I'd like the people who are doing that to please stand up and be recognized. So now I'm going to go into a little exercise now that some people have stood up and been able to get some exercise. Let's imagine that we're all in a swimming pool, a 30,000-gallon standard backyard swimming pool. Okay, we're all standing in the pool, and I go over to a septic tank and I pull the lid off the septic tank. I've got a gallon jug and I take 1 gallon of that water straight off the top of that septic tank. Yeah. And I pour it in the pool. I'm out. Who's out? Who's out? Okay, let's say I take a 10-gallon bucket and I go to the same thing. And I take 10 gallons. I pour 10 gallons in this 30,000-gallon pool. How many people are out now?
We're throwing you in.
And I just keep going, bitch. I just keep going. So imagine if I kept doing that until we got 750 gallons of water straight from the septic tank into that 30,000-gallon pool. How many people would still be in there?
No. No, we'd be dead already.
Well, that is the nitrate concentration of the water that comes out of Wekiva Springs.
Wow.
That is what we're dealing with in the state of Florida. So we always think about springs as being pristine and pristine water. No, let me get a glass of spring water. Okay, that gives you a new kind of perspective about what's in spring water. So we put on an event back in 2013 called Speak Up Wekiva. And it drew 1,100 people to the Wekiva State Park to call attention to what's going on with our waters. And after that event, I was called into the office of Senator David Simmons, along with Sister Pat Seaman from the Center for Jurisprudence. And Senator Simmons said, what can we do to clean this up? What can we do to solve this problem? So we set about writing a bill. And that bill was perfect. It was a perfect bill. It's like a perfect letter. It was a perfect bill.
Perfect phone call. Perfect bill.
Perfect phone call. And we sent that perfect bill to Tallahassee. And Tallahassee is what I call the heart of darkness. Tallahassee is where good bills go to die.
Yep.
And so that bill, that good bill that went to Tallahassee, got eviscerated, got watered down, no pun intended. And what ended up was a fairly feel-good bill. So that feel-good bill eventually got passed after all the industries, Florida Chamber of Commerce, Associated Industries of Florida, had made their changes to the bill. It finally got passed. And then it became time to implement that bill. And when it was implemented, it achieved about 25% of what the watered down bill. And so I started becoming discouraged. I started becoming discouraged about the way we pass laws, the laws that we have to regulate our water supply. And the whole prospect of where we are, what is our trajectory in the state of Florida with water, clean water? Because that pool that I described earlier goes into our streams. It goes down to, in South Orlando, it goes down to Lake Okeechobee. It gets more polluted, it gets more polluted. It gets dumped into the Caloosahatchee River, the St. Lucie estuary. And it's killing fish. It's causing massive fish kills. It's causing die-offs of marine mammals. It's feeding red tide. And then, to a certain extent, it's also killing our way of life. It's killing our economy. And there's good data that says it may even be killing us.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, right.
There's good data and studies going on that this may contribute, the microcystins in this polluted water contribute to ALS and Alzheimer's and a lot of other diseases like that. So I reached out to someone who I heard speak years earlier, Mr. Thomas Lindsay. How many people were there last night to hear him speak?
Yeah.
He's an incredible speaker. Well, he's not only an incredible speaker, he's an incredible person because he's devoted himself to the cause of bringing true justice for nature through the rights of nature laws. Now I'm going to read this introduction. It's on the back of your page, but just in case you haven't read it yet. Tom Lindsay is an attorney and executive director of the Community Environmental Legal Defense Fund. He also serves on the board of the Center for Democratic and Environmental Rights and sits on the board of advisors of the New Earth Foundation. He's a cum laude graduate of the Widener Law School and has been a finalist for the Ford Foundation's Leadership for a Changing World Award. He is a recipient of the Pennsylvania Farmers Union Golden Triangle Legislative Award. Among his work with communities worldwide, he assisted the Ecuadorian Constitutional Assembly in 2008 to adopt the world's first constitution, recognizing the independently enforceable rights of ecosystems, and is a frequent lecturer at conferences across the country. In 2007, he was named as one of Forbes magazine top 10 revolutionaries. I didn't even know they had that list. I want to be on that. In 2018, he was named as one of the top 400 environmentalists of the last 200 years.
Wow.
Wow.
In the 2-volume Encyclopedia American Environmental Leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Thomas Lindsay.